Okay, so quick update. A couple hours ago, 2 hours and 25 minutes ago, realized that the bottom end of this motor is gone. Piston number 2 does nothing when you turn the crank, so it's broken rod bearing or conrod or who knows, I don't know. But this thing's going to get an engine. It just is what it is. So just over 2 hours ago, almost 2.5 hours ago, I just tore into it. Everything's done up here. I haven't drained the coolant yet. I intentionally didn't do that because once you drain a coolant, it always drips on you. It drips in the back of your neck. Nah. So everything else is done and ready to go up top, and I'll show you guys that. I did pull the valve cover off, which wasn't needed. So I pulled the valve cover off, couldn't see anything, then forced the crank. I actually got it to rotate, and that's when I saw piston 2 wasn't doing anything. So a quick kind of reset, like what's being done. All the electrical is pushed over. This engine harness can stay, so I haven't unplugged that. It's not going to hurt anything. I have, most of the work's on this side, so I pulled the AC off. I didn't discharge the system because I don't have the new. This says the new Freon, the 1234YF. I don't have a way to do it. So rather than have any issues with the AC, I just pulled the compressor. I tied it up. I actually unscrewed a strut bolt, ran cable ties around it, tightened the bolt back down. So the AC's there. It's still charged, connected. No big deal. I yanked the starter, intake. All the wiring, all the knock sensors, everything out of here that had to be unplugged is done. I did take out the rear bell housing bolts, just everything I could reach from up top. And yeah, like I said, the only other things that I haven't done is the coolant, but I'm going to drain it, and then I want to take this coolant system off as one unit. And what I mean is I'll probably pop this hose, that hose, this guy, this guy, and then this and this will take this hose with it too, and that's the one going to the bottom of the tank. And then I'm going to pop it here as well, and I'm going to take the coolant bottle and all the hoses in one piece right up out of there. So for reassembly it'll be real easy, just push them back in. So a little top trick there. I did pull the alternator out because I had some trouble with the but actually it's with this guy and the AC. So I had the bolt in there and I was hammering it and I was trying to get this to move, but you can see it's all rusted. And I was having a real hard time. So I just pulled the alternator out of the way. You don't need to take the alternator off. I just yanked it off just so that I could get to this to spray it, which worked great. Once I got it sprayed, I was able to work it back and forth, popped it off. No problems. I took the pin out of the tensioner again so that doesn't have an issue, smack me in the face when I'm pulling the motor. So the only thing left is the exhaust, 2 engine mounts, the bolts for the flywheel or the torque converter, 2 engine mounts. There's one more. See this? These. Oh, you guys can't see anything. So these are the trans coolant hoses. So there's this bracket, this plastic one. There's another one stuck to the engine back there, which I'm going to get from underneath. And that's it. So a couple of bolts, engine mounts, exhaust, lower bell housing, and torque converter. Flip that, torque converter and lower bell housing. You always want to take the torque converter off first so that it doesn't split on you and then cause grief when you're taking the torque converter bolts out. So that's it. It's ready to pull. I got this far in just over 2 hours, or 2.5 hours. Yeah, my kid's right here too, as I was talking to them. I wasn't going too hard at it. So I've got about another, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And this thing will be ready to pop up out of here. I'm going to pull the petcock, go inside, make a sandwich, bother the wife for a while. They're putting the Christmas tree up, so I kind of want to do that with them. And then, once all the coolant's drained and finished dripping and all that stuff, I'll torque converter, bell housing, drop it back down, pull the hood, bonnet, whatever. Then put that up on the roof. I'll put blankets down and all that stuff so that nothing gets damaged. And hook up the engine crane, get a little tension on it, pull the 2 mounts, out comes the motor. I mean, this is a 3, and I mean, if you're doing it like I do, like slowly. I mean, I'm not going quick here. This is like a 3-hour job. There's really not much to it. Yeah, and it's same going back in, really. There's a lot of room with this being a 4-cylinder, so you know, my 335i, there's not much room there. But this thing, once you get all the plastics off, I mean, you could stick a person in there between the front of the engine and the radiator. So really, pretty easy car to work on, you know. So yeah, that's it. I want to pull the motor out of it. I'm really not recording any of this. I don't know. I just don't think people would watch it. So. And plus, I can't really talk or narrate for that long. I mean, I don't have that much to say. I'm not a very interesting person. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, another quick update. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes since I last turned this on. I stuck it up in the air. This thing does not have a petcock, so I had to pull the lower hose, and I just let that drip into a bucket. And then I popped the cap off the expansion tank, let the rest of it come out. I went inside for probably 20 minutes just while that thing was draining. I didn't want to get dripped on. And then I did pull off a whole bunch of the hoses, of course, you know, soaked the floor anyway. Then I put it up in the air, pulled all the bell housing bolts out of it, pulled the bracket off the exhaust, basically did everything onto there. I had a little trouble with the torque converter, because this engine, it can't turn over 360 degrees. So I could get 5 of the torque converter bolts, but one of them, there was no way for me to get it. But I ended up getting it through the starter hole. I'll show you. I ended up coming through here with an e-torque spanner, going around the back of the flywheel and loosening it that way and fishing it out with a magnet. Oh, a lot of pain in the freaking hoo-ha. That took me 15 minutes just to get that one bolt out. Luckily, they're not that tight, and you can spin them with your fingers once you crack them, so there's no Loctite on them. Otherwise, that just would have been a freaking disaster. So once I got all that done, dropped it back down, and it's ready to come out right now. I'll show you. There's only 2 engine mounts holding this thing in, two nuts really, and I'll show you that if you look at the bell housing. Just shake it there. It's ready to come out. There's really nothing. The exhaust's off it. Everything's off it. It's ready to pop out of there. So all told, a little over 3 hours to pull this motor, or not pull it, but yeah, 2 nuts, and it's coming out. It's almost 7 o'clock at night. I kind of got caught up doing different things today. Christmas stuff, all that stuff, right? So I'm probably gonna pull this tomorrow night. I gotta take the bonnet off it. I might be able to come backing up, and it's not worth it. It's not worth busting the radiator over, you know. 4 nuts, take the hood off the thing and be done with it. And then I gotta get, the other reason I'm not doing it tonight is my engine crane is freaking buried in here. You see all that crap, right? So I gotta fish that out. It's cold outside. And I need to move stuff outside to get that in. So whatever, enough complaining. But that's it. That's why I'm gonna do it tomorrow night. It'll be warmer, I think. But this engine will be out in, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tomorrow. Pull the hood, flip it over, put it on the roof. 2 bolts, and you can reach them with the air gun, just blast them out of there. Chain it up, lift it out. Done. I mean, easy. I'll probably put a jack onto the transmission with a block of wood. It's got a plastic transmission pan, so I'll jack that up, put a little pressure on it, and I mean a little pressure, just so that it doesn't fall and do any damage to anything. But other than that, done. You know, it's a pretty good work for a Sunday. You know, she's ready to go. And if you're looking for like all the tools you'll need to do something like this, oh, my thing needs charged. That's pretty much all you need to pull this motor. Really, not much to it. That and a bunch of extensions and some of the stuff I didn't even use. I just got it because I thought I might need it. But yeah, that's it. It's ready to come out. And yeah, once I get the new one, we'll slap it in there. That's it. Car's done.